Good morning. This is Pratap Raju, lecturer in mechanical engineering. So, Government Polytechnic Nandipur. So, our subject is workshop technology. So, second sem. So, today our topic is mechanical working of metal. So, up to last class we discussed about the drilling and as well as foundry. So, this is a new topic. So, there is a mechanical working of metals. Okay. So, in today's class we discussed about the what is mechanical working of metals. Okay. What is the classifications of mechanical working of metals, what is hard working, what are the advantages of hard working, what is the disadvantages of hard working, what is the principle of hard working. So these things will be discussed in today class. Okay, see here, first one is working of working principle. So actually what is hard working? Okay, so it is hard working is just similar to like as a forging. Okay, so which involves the plastic deformation of metals under the under the action of externally applied forces. Okay, so here converting from our raw materials to finished product. So here the working here the workpiece or the raw material will be used here. It is metal. Okay, so that metal will be deformed. Okay, so deformed by using external applied forces, and it brings to plastic deformation. Okay, so plastic deformation of a material. Okay, so it will means to almost all it is a plastic state. Okay, it will be converted to plastic state. At the plastic state we are converted to our required shape by applying the externally applied forces. Okay, so that operation we can call as a making or mechanical working of metal. So here generally done with the help of a heat. Okay, so by using heat we are able to convert into a different shapes. Okay, so the number of parts are manufactured by mechanical working of metals, that is called techniques. Okay, we use some techniques. By using the techniques we can made a number of parts. Okay, so this process also we can call as a metal forming techniques. Okay, so metal forming techniques. See here, uh, so this number of parts are involved to convert into different shapes. Okay, so it is a very easy, is one of the easy technique. So by using any other process, we are not going to get by using this technique. Okay, so here there is a types of working of metals. There is a two types of working of metals. One is a hot working, another one is a cold working. Okay, see here the two major things I have. So in the figure we are also shown. Okay, see here hot working and as well as cold working. So hard working, what is the purpose of hard working? How? So this less power to work. Okay, hard working. There is a less power is required to make deform. Okay, and also the better grains are produced. Okay, so here if you heat the object or metal, so that will be goes to a recrystallization temperature. Okay, so up to it will reach recrystallization means there is a new grains are formed. Okay, so the new grains are formed so that there is a better grains are produced. See here we will see the original coarse grain structure, and also here after forming, okay, after rolling it will be elongated grains. Okay, recrystallization takes place. Okay, so means it will be having a fine grain structure after passing between the rollers, means that is called apply the force. Okay, so that's here the force will be applied by using a rollers. Okay, so that is called hot working process, hot working technique, that is. So here the two major techniques, hot working and as well as cold working. Say another one is today we will discuss about the cold working techniques. Okay, so cold working is similar to the hot working, but so in hot working, so the metal is heated to plastic state. Okay, but here it is not like this. So cold working means it will be below recrystallization temperature. Okay, so here it will be generally carried at room temperature. Okay, generally it will be carried at room temperature. Okay, so here elongated grains are produced. Here the elongated grains are produced. Okay, so closed diamond tolerances are possible. Okay, so the dimensions by using this techniques is very close. Okay, so and better surface finish also going to produce by using this technique, that is a cold working techniques generally. So here it requires a heavy force. Okay, and tooling cost is also high. Okay, so that is about the cold working. So, but advantages are elongated grains are produced. Okay, close tolerances are possible, a better surface finish will be produced. Okay, so this is a cold working. So what is the difference between hard working and cold working? So here in cold working and as well as hot working, cold working is below recrystallization temperature. It will be carried at below recrystallization temperature. Hot working is above recrystallization temperature. Hot working is above recrystallization temperature. So no transformation of grain structure. No transformation of grain structure. And new grains are formed. New grains are formed. So considerable deformation, more extensive deformation. Okay. So in cold working, it will be carried at below recrystallization temperature. In hot working, it will be carried at above recrystallization temperature. No transformation in grain structure. No transformation in grain structure. New grains are formed. New grains are formed. So here the considerable deformation. So the deformation will be considerable. But in hot working, a more extensive deformation is possible. Okay, more deformation is possible in hot working. See, this is a major difference having with cold working and as well as hot working. Okay, so hot working. So what is a what is hot working? So the plastic deformation or shaping of metal above the recrystallization temperature is called hot working. Generally, hot working, there is a definition is so plastic deformation of metal above recrystallization temperature is called hot working. Okay, so however it has a following point. So the temperature is not too high. Okay, temperature is not too high. It gives grain growth. It gives grain growth. Deformation and recrystallization takes place simultaneously. Deformation and as well as recrystallization takes place simultaneously. No distortion of grains. Okay, so here the grains doesn't have any distortion. So that is a hard working process. So here by using hard working process we have some advantages. Okay, what are the advantages we have? So extensive deformation means if you apply the small amount of forces, they also it deforms means. So it will apply the force, a small amount of force. Also it gives a largely deform. Okay, so it make into your desired shapes and sizes. Okay, so there is a extensive deformation is possible with a little amount of forces. Okay, so increased plasticity. Okay, so the plasticity also increased. Okay, so here once if you apply the forces, so when it gains a new structure, okay, that will be stayed at for the longer time. Okay, so it will not come to its original position. Okay, so the plasticity also increased. Okay, so why? Because the metal is heated up to a plastic state. Okay, so it reaches to plastic state. Okay, so it will not gain it will not gain its own original position, so it will be acquired at a new state itself. Okay, that process is called plasticity. Okay, so that will be increases. Okay, so annealing is not required. Say here intermediate annealing is also not required. So that is a major advantage. So here no strain hardening strain hardening also not going to occur in this process. Okay, so one more important thing is that so the power required to make the required shapes is very less. Okay, so whatever the power we are used to make to apply the forces on the object, okay, that is very low. Okay, a small amount of force is required to convert into your desired shape and sizes. Okay, so that is the advantage. So another advantage having is mechanical properties are, so anyhow we have heat treatment will be carried. Okay, so with this help of heat treatment, so the mechanical properties what we are having, okay, so that are morely improved. Okay, that are morely improved, so that is the main major advantage. So grain refinement, okay, grain refinement is possible. Okay, so here the coarse grain is there as earlier, so after it passes between the rollers are nothing but forces. Okay, so this mechanical process, so then the refinement, the grain refinement will be taken place, grain refinement will be taken place. He puts the porosity is also eliminated. So due to the heat treatment, so due to heating of the metals, okay, what are the impurities are present in the object, so that is called metal. So that impurities are is not deposited at one point. Okay, it will be distributed uniformly throughout the metal. Okay, so throughout the workpiece. So that is one of the major advantage with this uh, heating of the metal. Okay, so and however we are having a few disadvantages also there. So what are the disadvantages we have? So the tooling cost is high. Okay, the tooling cost is high. The poor surface finish. Okay, poor surface finish and skill formation on the surface. Okay, rapid oxidization is not meant for the close dimensional tolerances. Okay, so here in hot working, so the tooling cost is high. Why? Because the metal will be hot. Okay, in order to hold the workpiece, okay, or to apply the forces, so that means it is not done by the manual operation. It will be having some machines, and also other high equipment tools is required. Okay, so the tooling cost of this hard working is almost all high. Okay, and the next the surface finish is poor. Okay, so after heat treatment the surface become oxidized. Okay, so the surface finish are obtained after this process is very poor. Okay, that is the main disadvantage with this hot working. Okay, and the scale formation on the surface, see after a few days then what happens, the slightly it will comes a scale forming. Okay, so heat treatment will get the a scale forming. So on the surface we can find a scale formation. Okay, so that is also one of the major defects of this process. Okay, due to scale formation and oxidation also to be erased. Okay, so that is the main thing. So not meant for the closed dimensional tolerance, means by using this technique, so we are not going to get a closed dimension tolerances. Okay, so means we are not going to get exact dimensions by using this technique. Okay, so that is about the cold working hot working process. Okay, say here we have various hot working processes. So namely hot rolling, hot extrusion, forging, hot piercing, hot reeling, hot spinning, and as well as hot drawing. Okay, so these all are the all hot working processes. Okay, so hot working processes. So the one of the most important one is hot rolling processes. Okay, so what are the hot rolling processes? Why we can, so in hot working process, not only the hot working is having some types. Okay, with the types you can get the various shapes and various shapes, desired shapes. Okay, it is one of the techniques. A few techniques, by using the techniques we can convert into a desired shapes. Okay, see the first one is a hot rolling process. Okay, so it is a most efficient method. Okay, it is the most efficient method. So to convert the larger into a smaller section, so to convert the larger into a smaller sections. Okay, a coarse structure converted into fine grain structure. Say here the grain refinement will be taken place. Okay, so before this process, the metal having, if it is a coarse grain structure, so after this metal, after this process, that will be converted as a refined grains, means it will converts fine grain structure. It converts the a fine grain structures. Okay, the improvement in the physical properties. Okay, see that is the mechanical properties are also slightly improves. What are the mechanical properties are improves means, so it will improve the strength. Okay, So having the strength is improved, and as the toughness also improves, ductility also improves, and shock resistance also improves. Almost it will improve the plasticity also. Okay, so that is a major advantage with the hot rolling processes. Okay, hot rolling. Say here, the two rollers will be used. Okay, in between the two rollers, the work will be passes between the rollers. Okay, so here the squeezing action will be taking place with the help of rollers. Okay, means squeezing means force will be applied on the metal. Okay, with that metal, so the metal, so before entering into the rollers, what are the sizes there, after passing the rollers between the after passing the metal between the rollers, so the size will be reduced. Okay, so that the so large will be converted into small sizes. Okay, so that is here the grains will be elongated. Okay, so the grain reformat also to be taken place. Okay, this process is called hot rolling. Say here these rollers are rotated in opposite directions. Okay, that is upper roller and lower roller. Okay, so that is the thing. See here the advantages. So structural sections, the rails, sheets, plates, and bars. Okay, so these are the things going to produce with the help of hot rolling. So here we have types of rollings. Okay, so here the major three types of rollings are there. So two high rolling mills and three high rolling mills and four high rolling mills. Okay, so in two high rollings, in principle states that so the two rollers are there. So that is keeping the one over the other. So it is vertically arranged. Okay, so these two rollers are rotated in opposite direction. Okay, so these two rollers are rotated in opposite direction. So the bar is there, that is a workpiece where heated billet will be passes between the two rollers. So the size will be decreased. Okay, so the size is decreased and the length is increased. Okay, so that process is called two high rolling mills. So here heavy rollers are there in between the heavy rollers. So the work is process. See the rollers, the gap between the two rollers can be adjusted. Okay, so we can able to keep the you can able to keep adjusted the two rollers. Okay, so two high hot rolling mills. Okay, two high hot rolling mills, it consisting of two heavy horizontal rollers, so placed exactly one over the other. So rollers rotated in opposite direction. Roller rotates in opposite direction. Rolls are supported by stands. Rolls are supported by stands. Okay, So the space between the rollers can be adjusted by raising or lowering the upper rolls. The space can be adjusted. The space between the rolls can be adjusted by raising or lowering the upper rolls. So the position of the lower roll is fixed. Okay, the position of lower roll is fixed. Okay. So the direction of rotation is fixed. The direction of rotation is fixed and cannot be reversed. The direction of rotation is fixed and cannot be reversed. The work can be rolled by feeding from one direction only. The work can be rolled by feeding from one direction only. Okay, so it is widely used for initial rolling of ingots. So it is widely used for initial rolling of ingots. Okay, that is 2 high roll mills. So this here in the principal state is, so the 2 rollers are rotated in opposite directions. So the bar is there. So in the figure as shown, so before it will passes, the size is larger. So after entering it, so after passing the rollers, so the size is decreased. Okay, but automatically the length is increased. Okay. So it is widely used for initial rolling of the ingots. Okay. So where it is used, it is used for hot rolling in initial passes. Okay, it is used for initial passes, used on the cast ingots. Okay, so used in continuous casting. The roller diameters is about 0.06 meters to 1.4 meters. Okay, that is about 2 high rollers. Next, 3 high rollers. Okay, 3 high hot rolling mills. Okay, so here we have 3 rollers are there. So it is arranged vertically one over the other. So these 3 rollers. Okay, so the top and bottom rollers are rotated in same direction, and middle one rotated in opposite direction. Okay, say here from the top, from first and second, in between first and second rollers, the workpiece is feed. Okay, and that feed workpiece will be sent it from second and third. Okay, so further reduction it will take in place. So there we use in say second and third. Okay, so where the large reduction in area is required, so there we use to adapt this 3 high roll mill. Okay, so these 3 high rolls, 3 rollers are there. These 3 rollers are arranged only vertically one over the other. So it's on the same axis. Okay, so here the plates or material being rolled will be raised and the lowered throughout the machine from the upper to lower rolls gaps. Okay, it consisting of 3 horizontal rolls. Okay, 3 rolls are of equal size. Arranged vertically one above one other. Okay, arranged vertically above one another. Okay, so the top and bottom rolls rotates in same direction. Rolls rotates in same direction. So intermediate rolls rotates in opposite direction. Direction. So 3 high hot rolling mills. All 3 rolls continuously revolve in the same fixed direction. All 3 rolls continuously revolve in the same fixed direction. So never rotates in reverse direction. So metal being rolled passes between the middle and bottom rolls in one direction. Okay, so all 3 rolls continuously revolves in the same direction, never rotates in reverse direction. Okay, so metal being rolled passes between the middle and bottom rolls in one direction. Okay, so 3 high roll mill. So return to the middle and the top for further rolling. Okay, it gives a high rate of production than the 2 high mills. Okay, so these rolls are used in billet rolling, blooming, and finishing and rolling. These are the operations. So there we use these 3 high roll mills, and the next one is 4 high rolling mills. So here the 4 rollers we use. Okay, so 2 are smaller, 2 are the larger. So the larger rollers we can call as the backup rollers. Okay, so these 2 rollers are the smaller rollers. Okay, so same principles as the cluster mills. Okay, so utilize the smaller rollers for the lower roller forces. Okay, so it also lower the power requirement to reduce the spreading. Okay, so rollers are cheaper to replace. Rollers are cheaper to replace. So for high roll mills, okay, a small roller deflect more, so they must be supported by the smaller rollers. Okay, so very adapt for cold rolling. A thin sheet and a high strength material. Thin sheet and high strength material. It consisting of four horizontal rollers. Okay, two small diameters and two large diameters. Okay, two small diameters and two large diameters. So arranged directly one over the other. Arranged directly one over the other. So larger diameter rollers are called backup rollers. Okay, larger diameter rollers called backup rollers. Okay, so main function of rollers to prevent the deflection of the small roller. Okay, main function of rollers to prevent the deflection of the small rollers. Okay, so small rollers are working rolls. Okay, small rollers are working rolls. So connected the total rolling pressure over the metal. Concentrated the total rolling pressure over the metal. Okay, so these are the four high mills. Okay, so two are small rollers and two are the larger rollers called backup rollers. Okay. So in today's class we discuss what is hot rolling, what is the definition of hot rolling, what is the difference between hot working and cold working. Okay, so and the types of hot working processes. Say here we have the few techniques. Okay, with the help of hot working. So and hot rolling processes, and what is hot rolling, what is the principle of hot rolling. Okay, so what are the types of hot rolling? So we have in hot rolling various techniques is adapted for to make into different shapes and sizes. Okay, so these all are discussed. Okay, so and next class we discussed about the hot extrusion. Okay, what is hot extrusion and types of hot extrusions, and what is the methods of hot extrusion will be discussed in the next class. So thank you.